to Sage-Based Wisdom. I'm Jana Schmieding.
I'm Brian Bahe.
And we are podcasting to you from the sacred homelands of the George Foreman Grill on HGTV.
Today, we'll be giving you, our listeners, some advice cultivated indigenously from our backgrounds in Latin salsa dancing.
And
I'm sorry.
The efficacy of hotel room keys. We have a very special guest with us. You will see her name in the credits of a TV show if it gets made. She's kind of our boss, really. She's one of our bosses. And she is very talented, the cultivator and producer of the very popular Good Medicine comedy show, which you can see across the USA. A bunch of native stand-up, a collective of native stand-ups. Give it up for Jackie Keliiaa.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Oh, my God. It's good to be here.
How are you?
Good to see your beautiful faces. It's been a couple weeks. I'm doing good. I'm back in Oakland, back in civilian life. Doing the reg things, walking the neighborhood.
Shout out Oakland. Shout out Bart. Shout out
Barry represents it. Let's go. Shout out burritos.
Shout out burritos.
Shout out car break-ins.
Wait, what do they call that? Like a dap, a dip?
Oh, BIP. BIP.
Yeah.
You got
Wait,
BIP?
what's BIP? BIP stand for?
Oh, it just means to get your car broken into. Yeah, broken into.
Oh.
So like if someone if you walk by and you see a bunch of broken glass in a window, they were like, oh, they just got bipped.
Got it. Yeah. That sucks.
And then if you get broken into, it's called bip bap bop.
Okay.
if you break into an improviser's car, it's called bip bap bop.
Do you see how you casually put that in? He was like, uh-oh, waiting for it. Is it bip?
Have you ever been bipped, Jackie?
It happened once, but the cool thing was it wasn't like a proper bip. It was like a dude just having a mental health day. So he hit every car on my block. So I felt a little less, because I never leave, because I'm born and raised in the Bay. Like, I know how to carry myself out here. I never leave anything in my car. So when I walked up, I was like, you're kidding me. But like 5 cars in front and 5 cars in back had the same thing happen to them. So I was like, all right, someone just had a bad day. But it does suck. But like, I feel like that bought me maybe 5 to 6 years of no bipping. So I kind of feel like I'm riding high right now, where I feel like I'm okay and safe because I just leave nothing in my car.
That's why
knocking on that wood for you.
I know. You got to, man.
That's a little bit why I'm like, I'm never going to have a nice car, because I'm like, it's not worth it.
It is, though. Have a nice car, Brian.
Oh.
I just upgraded from a...
Wait, so what's your car now?
Don't say it on air. Just kidding.
Okay. I won't. No, it's nothing crazy. I'm very practical about my decisions, but I was driving a Honda Civic for a decade and I loved it. She was very trusty. She took me places, but there were certain times when I'd have like a gig that was like an hour and a half drive away, and I'd be like in the middle of nowhere, white knuckling it and be like, all right, I got to call it. So now I have a Mazda. And it's my first ever new car.
Miata.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, not a Miata. Oh my God, no. I have to like.
Miata!
Yeah, I like a.
Oh my God.
No, I like a compact SUV type of situation. That's my vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but now that I have like bells and whistles and shit, because in my fucking Honda, the only thing I had was a USB port. That was it, y'all. And I had a CD player, and so like now I have like buttons and shit. Now I got XM radio. I was like, oh. Okay.
You don't have to roll down your window.
I know. I used to have to roll down my window. Yeah. I was Amish. You know what I mean? And now I'm part of the 21st century, bro. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Jackie,
Brian, get you a pretty car.
Yeah, Brian, I don't know if you actually should have a pretty car. I feel like you are sort of a practical boy meant for practical things, and I do feel like the moment you buy a Beamer, you will get bipped.
Yeah, do you think that he's walking Target?
Rightfully so.
Is that the vibe?
I mean, my dream is to have a convertible.
Ooh, what kind of convertible do you want? What's
I
your
don't
dream?
care. I just want to top down.
I just want the top down 24/7 so I can get bipped right off the
Yeah,
bat.
actually, you would be good because you could have your top down 24/7, have nothing in it, and no one's gonna fuck with it because they don't have to break a window because they could just walk right in.
Trader
so that's
Joe's.
actually kind of the vibe. A lot of people in my neighborhood do that. They'll just like keep their windows down,
Yeah.
and then just be like, nothing's in it. That's the message, so no one
Nothing's
fucks with
in
them.
it.
So yeah,
That's crazy. Because then, what if somebody reaches into there and lays down and takes a huge nap and a shit?
I'm sure it's happened. But it's like, do you want to also replace your window every other month? You might give it up for a shit happening once and then the rest of the time being good to go. I don't know. Now I'm making Oakland sound like a terrible place. It's not a terrible place. It's very fine and safe. I walk the neighborhood all the time. But yeah, you just don't leave anything in your car. That's just the etiquette.
Speaking of Oakland, you're there.
I am here.
And we are not.
Okay.
Okay,
Zip,
right.
zap, zop.
Are you going anywhere else with that?
And wait, what was your guys' favorite part of? Because we were all in Portland for 2 weeks at the same time. What was your favorite part of Portland? Because I had never been there.
Oh, for real?
For real.
Oh God, my favorite part. I mean, honestly, I dig all the food trucks. Like, I went to this really pretty food truck park and I just ordered some bomb ass food and just sat there and hung out. And I just liked the vibe. I feel like people were really laid back and kind of chill. And I don't think we're necessarily like hyper stressed out in the Bay Area, but I felt like there was just like a chiller vibe. And I was like, oh, I love this. This is cool. I'm just here eating my little fucking empanada from, wherever. And because there were certain foods that I don't get out here in the Bay that I was excited about. They had Colombian food. They had like arepas and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, cool. I couldn't get this back home. So, but what else is there? Also, just the mountains and shit. It is fucking gorgeous. Honestly, I feel like the air quality was like so much better. I was like, wow, no smog, like I like Portland a lot. I was digging it. It was a vibe. What's your favorite part, Jana?
The air quality is great because of all the trees. They're gobbling up all of the pollution and giving us good air quality. But I do think we were in Portland at the best time of year when it was like not rainy 24/7. We got a little bit of rain, but not too much. And it was sort of like the best of all the elements that we were before fire season. We were before, like, now that's a thing. But I love Portland too.
I didn't know that was a thing there.
Yeah, because there's
every time I was
much...
like, I'm gonna move here, Jana would be like, well, it snows 80% of the time. And then I was like, maybe I could live with that. Then Jana was like, well, there's fire season too. I was like,
wait, is fire season like new to y'all, like new to Oregon, or has it been around for a while? Is that like part of the...
It's been around, I think, for probably like the last like 20. It's always been a thing, but now it's really bad. Like it's because there's the timber industry is huge in Oregon, and there's so much deforestation and stuff up there. I mean, they call the Willamette Valley, which is where we were in Portland, like the I-5 corridor. The Willamette Valley is like a coniferous rainforest. It's like it's pretty rainy like 9 months out of the year there, so we get a lot of moisture. But I think that because of climate change, it's become a lot more dry, and like because of deforestation, it's just become a bit of an issue. That I'll say this, in 2021, I think, because it was during the pandemic, my parents, for the first time, had to evacuate their home, and
shit,
people in
like
my family had to evacuate.
Season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where it was like
Damn.
dangerous, entire towns kind of burning down vibes. So that's not Oregon's fault. That's like our representatives' faults. But I love Portland so much. One of my favorite things about Portland is the coffee. I know it's a huge coffee scene and it's like known for that, but like I love coffee so much, and I'm getting really into like the best espresso drinks and just like and when I was growing up in Oregon, I had coffee jobs. I was like a barista, like in high school. Those were like my jobs. So like my coffee addiction started in Oregon, and I love going back to it.
That was my favorite thing. I loved that, like, within, you could walk any direction and be like, for like 2 minutes and be able to like 4 different coffee shops.
There was a lot.
And I was like, I went to a new one every day. I tried 2 at least. And then my second favorite thing was just kind of like the men. They were really like cool.
Okay,
just,
we
like,
have not covered
interesting.
this yet.
The men.
No, they were just
The
more like
men.
cool to look at, because you were just like, we were in downtown, so it was kind of
Yeah.
like the office job men, but they were like still Oregonian at the same time, and I was kind of just like, this is the perfect mix of like what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you?
Brian, so you're saying you did not make out with anybody while we were in Portland?
I think I
did
did
you?
ultimately. Ultimately,
Nice.
Okay.
Got some action in Portlandia.
yeah.
Was
Wait,
it
did he
cool?
have a
Was it
beard?
good? Yeah. What was the vibe?
I think one of them had like a tiny beard, and then it was like stubble, but like grown out a little bit.
Okay.
And then the other one, I think, was like more clean shaven.
Just because all the dudes there seem to have a beard. That's one thing I
know,
noticed.
which I kind of like.
I was like, this is Beardo City.
Which I actually
like,
love.
for sure. It's like
Yeah.
beards, flannels, glasses, and
Yeah.
possibly a baseball hat. Like that's
sure,
the
sure,
vibe.
sure. I did go to this gay bar while I was there, and it was like karaoke night, and I think like 90% of the songs were like Lorde songs, and it
Oh,
was
wow.
just it was like, oh, this is, everybody here is on the same page. It's like everybody there, was bullied in high school.
100%. 100%. I think high school bullying is like very pertinent in Oregon. I want to say that that's like, I mean, I was bullied in middle school. I got my hair pulled at school in middle school. Yes, a
hell
bully.
no. What?
There's this bully chick. Her name
What a
was Stephanie.
bitch.
I know, she was a
Yeah,
fucking
fuck you,
bitch,
Stephanie.
but she was
wherever
like,
you are.
listen, I've made my peace with Stephanie eternally, because she was in tough times. Okay, this is a bitch who was like, she's a little older for being in 7th, 8th grade. 8th grade, I think. No, 7th. No, I got my hair pulled in 7th grade, and then 8th
Okay.
grade, I had to sort of just like live
Hurt
with
people,
the
hurt people.
consequences. Hurt people. There were all these rumors that would go around about her. She was just like kind of rugged. She was a white girl who wore a lot of black eyeliner. People were like, she's already had 4 abortions. And I was like, like, oh my God. Yeah,
Middle
like people
schoolers
were
are
like
so cruel.
cruel, the cruelest.
Yeah.
And so one day, and I think that people didn't like me because they thought I was like a brown noser, like a goody goody, because my dad was a teacher at our middle school. He was like a PE teacher. I don't know, but he was also kind of like a cool teacher. So it was like, yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Schmieding. Dad, as I called him at
Mr.
school.
Schmieding. Yes. Okay, cool.
And so what happened, and also like people were mad because I had a boyfriend who was shorter than me, and I was fucking short, and everybody was like, she's going out with Chad. I want to be going out with Chad. Chad was like kind of like the hot guy, I guess, for a second. I don't fucking know how. Don't ask me how. The man was a fucking pixie. He was a tiny little. It was an elfin boy.
wisp of a man.
Yes. And terrible kisser. It was my first French kiss, and I like hated every second of it. Anyway, I was walking down the hall after lunch. And all of a sudden I hear this gang of like these bitchy girls coming up behind me. They're like, "Hey, you stupid bitch." They grab my hair back up the back of my hair and pull me down, and I'm doing like a back bend in the middle of the fucking hallway. All these people are crowding around. She's like screaming in my face like, "You fucking bitch, like what the fuck you," but like I don't even remember what she was saying to me. And my friend Jackson pushed her off of me, or like got her off of me, and like pulled me up, and I like went to my locker, and I was so scared. I fucking went to the office and I called my dad.
That's
but then
so crazy.
I know.
Did
That's
you
like
ever,
my.
did you ever hit her or fuck with her after
No.
that, or was that the end of it?
I'm not a fighter. I never have been.
Yeah.
I'm scared of fisticuffs. I just like, I think I am now. Like I would not be afraid to like, I'll say this. There were moments in New York where I was like, ooh, it might be a fight. It might be on. Like, am I ready for this? And so I know that my like body is much more prepared for that kind of shit, but I am much more a flight/freeze girl when it comes to the fight, flight, or freeze. And I sort of just like was so scared. I was just scared.
That's why it would have been so cool if you were wearing like a wig. And so when she pulled your hair, the wig came off. And then you were just like, joke's on you, bitch. And then you just kind of like Matrix.
Fuck you,
you Matrix style ran across her face.
Wow, that's mean. Why did she? Do you know why she targeted you, or was she just like just?
It was just kind of like I was kind of like the target of the month, sort of, and like they. Oh my god! You know what is even worse about it was when I was in the front office because all the secretaries knew who I was. Also, I'm like it's like a small school in a small town, and so I'm in the office and I'm crying and I'm on the phone and there's windows out in the hallway and I'm like, oh, Dad, I gotta come to your classroom. Like I just got my hair pulled. I'm crying. Stephanie and this other chick named Tasha, I can't remember her name. The two of them who had just like conducted this assault on me walked by the office and saw me, and they both looked at each other and they go, ah! They started laughing at me. They thought it was so fucking funny.
Wow,
that's so.
And I was just like,
80s style bullying.
It was.
This is the school experience I wanted in a way. Like I a little bit like I was like too cool. I a little bit wanted to be bullied.
Brian was just such
kidding.
a
but nobody nobody really bullied.
Plus.
Nobody really bullied anybody in my school, and in like high school there were like never really like any fights, and I'm like, this is fucking boring. Like somebody start some shit. Like I don't want it to be me, but it should be definitely be somebody else.
We had like in my schools
lot.
growing up. We had like fights. They would have fights in the quad, and everyone would just like they would just like run to the center, and then the sad teachers would try to break it up, and they'd get caught in it, and it would be drama. But the thing is, I always had older sisters because I'm the youngest, so I always had older sisters that were like grades or two above me. So no one ever fucked with me. But I feel like if I would have not had them keeping an eye out on me, then maybe I would have been more like prey. But I didn't really get bullied. I only had one girl in high school who was a fucking bitch, and she just would like mean mug me every time she walked by. And she, wore white eyeliner. Yuck. She already lost. You know what I mean? Like it just was like, but she hated me. And I'm not entirely certain why, but I think it had to do with my high school boyfriend. Maybe she liked him. I don't fucking know. Dumb shit. But
damn.
Yeah.
Bitches are bitches.
Did
man.
anybody,
I really truly feel like young women are ruthless.
Yes. That's part of our.
Did anybody
early on.
teach you guys how to fight? Like, were you guys like 7 years old and your dad was like kind of just like having you shadow box at all?
My dad definitely told us stories about how we have to fight. Like when I was a kid, because like my grandpa went to boarding school and he taught my dad. My grandpa was a boxer. He was a Golden Gloves boxer in Nevada. And like fighting was the way of the land out in Nevada. And so my dad was always taught, like, if someone fucks with you, you have to fuck with them back. Otherwise you're never going to get it from under it. So I was always told when I was a kid, if someone tries to fight you, you fight them, and you don't start it, but you finish it, basically was the vibe. And I remember being,
cool.
It's good advice. It's very good advice. And I feel like growing up in like a more urban environment, I definitely feel like I can carry myself in any city. Like New York City, I felt pretty confident. I've lived in London. I've lived in New Zealand. Like there's all these different places I've lived. And I feel like I carry myself in a way that I'm not easily going to get got, But I do recall being a little kid and having my grandpa teach me how to hold my hand when I punch so that I don't break my thumb.
Right.
He was like, don't do this. He was like, don't do this. This is what you want to do. But the pressure is going to pop your thumb out. So when you fight like this. And I was like, okay, grandpa, So I feel like Karate Kid where I'm like, I won't use my powers. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm very chill. I I don't really love conflict, but if it comes to me, I'll fucking finish it. You know what I mean? So, but it's usually grown men that I get into it with. I don't know why, but like it just ends up being like grown men who want to fuck with me. And I'm like, you picked the wrong one today.
Oh.
I'm into that. That's sexy.
That's
Brian,
very
what about
sexy,
you?
But I don't love it. Yeah, you, Brian.
Are you a fighter?
Bullied?
Are you a fighter or a lover?
I will say this. My nobody taught me how to throw a punch. I think they knew. They're like, if anything happens, you're fucked. and honestly, they're right. They're right for sure.
Yeah, they are.
But
they
I
are.
did. But a few years ago, I did sign up for ClassPass. Shout out ClassPass. And I did take quite a few boxing classes.
Okay.
And I was like, I was truly just like so like I knew nothing, and then coming out of it, I was like, I bet I could do something.
Hey, I'm into this. It's giving Michael B. Jordan.
It's like
really, I mean,
powerful.
there is definitely a world where I'm still like full blown in a ring.
Yeah. Just getting your fucking ass handed to you.
Brian, I feel like you could be cold blooded though. Like I feel like if it came down
for
to it,
sure.
I feel like you would hold. What is it? Hold no bars? I don't know. Whatever. I think you would go hard.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like you
I'm
have
gonna
this
say,
little in you that would
yeah,
just
I'm gonna
pop
say
off.
Brian can just he can take a punch until like forever. Like he'll get up every single time, like just black and blue, bloody, and he's still standing up and he's like, "Give me more, I can take it." And people are just like, boom, 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 boom. He has no defenses, but he can survive.
Just cut to me getting assaulted at fucking the Abbey.
And you're just like, I'm cool, man.
Okay.
I think I could. I would really need to feel like my like life is on the line though. I don't think I could casually just be like on a Wednesday.
Yeah, same.
It would need to be like, I'm pretty good about like when you see it in somebody's eyes when they're like looking for something. And then those scenarios, I'm just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's not like, it's like, oh, if I see something popping off, like I'm not going to jump in. I'm the fuck out. Because
No,
sometimes I'll be
I'm
at
filming.
a place and then all of a sudden I'll hear like a scream or something and I'm like, oh, we're gone. Wait, you're filming? Is that what you said, Brian?
You gotta film.
Oh my God, I'm not filming. I am the fuck out. Because you know what it is?
Content.
It is true. But I think like nowadays people are just so, I don't know. I feel like people don't fight anymore. Like I feel
Agree.
like people shoot now. So I
You're
don't want to
right.
be there if shit gets that hot, you know? And
For sure.
yeah. God, this is getting dark. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, you know what? Well, let's turn it right around. I think we have some advice from the algorithm that is from Gabrielle Union.
Oh.
Ooh, I love
of the
her.
show.
Take a look.
She's from the Bay.
To my girlies in their 30s, time isn't running out. It's not. Feels like it is. If you look at social media, oh my God, you're running out of time. It's not. It's not. Other people will make you feel like you're running out of time because they want everyone to do what they're doing so they feel better about their choices. There's no race, like there's no checkered flag at the end of life where they're like, she did it all. Extra stars for when you're dead. Your 30s, travel. Tell people how you really feel. Don't lie to your therapist. And be okay to not be okay. And be okay with missing out because staying in is more fun.
Don't lie to your therapist. Shout out Cody Lightning.
Shout out Cody Lightning, who doesn't have a therapist, but claimed he lied to his therapist. So we have a double lie right there. A triple lie, really, if it's a metacognitive lie. It's like sort of like him admitting that I don't go to therapy, I don't believe in it, and then saying, well, I lie to my therapist is a great way to be. What did you think about that advice, Jackie?
Oh, I love that. I love it. And I'm like, God, I wish I would have heard this like a couple of years ago. Because I feel as soon as I turned 30, I felt like I should be married. I should have a partner. I should be like planning these things. I should be working towards a house. Like I had all these very specific ideas of what that was supposed to look like. And I was engaged and I was unhappy in a relationship that I didn't like. But I felt like, you know, the train's out of the station. We're here. It's happening. I felt like I didn't really have another option. And then I'm so glad it all fucking blew up. I pieced out. I was like, I'm out of here. This is not for me. But I think I felt so much social pressure. And then even now I feel like, oh God, in your 30s, you have to do all these things and set your life up because then who do you spend the rest of it with? Like all that shit. So, but also Gabrielle Union, I'm like, girl, you have everything. And I'm like, you're gorgeous. She's like she's damn near 50 and she looks 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I love the advice, but I'm also like, please don't be the one telling me this because you're so
100%.
Perfection. Like, I can't even imagine you being stressed out about your 30s because yeah, she's just the babe. And but I think it's sound advice because I feel like there's so much social pressure. And I've had people be like, hey, why don't you have a kid? I have one. We can like watch them together, you know? So I realize they're saying that because I would fit into their puzzle. But it's like sometimes that pressure is just because people want to hang out with you in certain capacities, you know, like people would love to have like a co-parenting day with you, or people would love to like do like a play date with your kid and their kid. But I'm like, I'm not there. So let's not even bring that up, you know? So I don't know. I think the pressure needs to be let off. And I think unfortunately for women, it's so fucking high to do all things and be everybody to everybody else, except for the person that you should be to yourself first and foremost.
It is crazy.
Sage
I feel
as
like
fuck.
so much of truly, I feel like so much of what it is to be a woman has to do with like children.
Yes.
The child, the getting it all done before you have a child. I feel like is such like you have a time thing on you that doesn't exist for other people.
It's true. It's stressful. Like I knew walking away from that relationship that I was in, I was like, this is going to delay everything significantly because I'm going to have to like recoup from this, get Humpty Dumpty back on track and like put myself together again. And then the cool thing was it actually catapulted me into my art, which I think brought up some of the most fun moments in my life. It connected me with the coolest fucking people. It like, opened up this side of creativity that I hadn't really gotten too close to. So I feel like sometimes doing the hard thing and blowing something up is actually the best thing you can do for yourself. It sucks going through it, but once you're on the other end, fuck, it's amazing. So I'm team like, don't do what everyone expects you to do, especially if you're a woman and there's societal pressures for you to follow certain paths because of it.
100%. 100%.
I also feel like there's this thing of like, I don't know what the word is, but it's like not peaking, but it's kind of peaking. It's like everybody wants you to like peak by 30 or something. It's like you need to like hit all these like accomplishments by 30 or whatever, or like in your 30s. And it's kind of like, you don't have to. And it's kind of like, you almost don't want to in a way. You kind of like want to have something, a goal or whatever that makes everything past your 30s fun and cool and interesting. And to like try to like base, you know, your self-worth on accomplishments is like, it's a terrible way to measure age in a way.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough like rites of passage as adults and as women. I feel like there's not enough like single people rites of passage, you know, like we have like, oh, I got married, and we have like, oh, I had a baby, or like we had like, oh, I got my dream job, or like things like that. But like there's not a ton of like significant moments for, I think, any gender really that is like for me, I was like, when I finally got a breast reduction, I was like, I want to throw a fucking party. I've been wanting to do this since I was like 25, and I finally got it when I was 43, and I was like, this is legit a rite of passage for me. I've never felt better about my life.
I love that. And it's so much about like your agency, your control, like you're doing something, and like in the world it'd be like reduction. No, sex appeal is all connected to the size of your boobs. You know what I mean? And so like, I love that you were like, nah, fuck it. I'm this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And did you end up having a big party to celebrate? Because hopefully you did.
No, I
Okay.
did not, because I'm also lazy. So, and planning a party is, I'm sure you know, is so
Yes,
fucking
it's
hard.
a lot of fucking work. Yeah, but you got to have one of your friends give you a surprise boob reduction party. That's what you should do. Brian, that's your gig now. Just when she least expects it. Oh, let's go
What's the
bowling.
1 year
And then-
anniversary on that, Jana?
Oh, yeah.
When did I get my boob job? I think in September, maybe.
Oh, wow.
I'll have to
Okay.
look.
Oh, it's been a minute. Okay.
I rent out the
Yeah.
Playboy Mansion.
There we go. Boom.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's like a little, yeah.
you order me a boob cake.
Whoa.
Can you get a boob cake and then you cut off the top?
Just saw the boobs off.
And then that's your first
Yes.
serving. You get I think that'd be gorgeous.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think that'd be beautiful. Well, one of my good friends just got top surgery, so they had a Tata's party, and there were lots of nipple sort of boob oriented cupcakes and stuff. So,
Oof.
yeah,
So fun. So
yeah,
fun.
it's got to be good. No, but I think it's good to celebrate. I think you're right, because as I don't know if as women, but like I've been to so many weddings, I've been to so many baby showers, I've been to all of these big moments in people's lives, and I didn't get a fucking parade. You know what I mean? I want a parade. And so for my
Same.
birthday, I just turned 40. And for my birthday, I was like, fuck it. We're going all out. We're renting a spot. We got a DJ. We're getting a photographer. I'm getting a
Yeah.
custom fucking cake, And but I think it's one of those things where I crave that. I want to be in on the party with everybody else. But I feel like no one's going out of their way to give you your flowers for things that are not childbearing or fucking marrying somebody. You
Yeah.
know, like even a divorce party would be cool. I'm not married and I
Hell
haven't
yeah.
been divorced, but I would want one of those too if I got one. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you're right. We don't have rites of passages in this American society.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you got promoted at your job and then you retire and then,
Yeah. Right.
It's
Exactly.
so sad.
What would your
Yeah.
rite of passage be, Bri?
I don't know. I feel like it's tough for me because every day is kind of, a big celebration in my head. For me, personally,
World.
Is that right?
World from your eyes, Brian.
in a way, yeah. But because it's like if I do like a show, like if I host a show or something, in my head I'm like tiny party for me. If I if I fucking if I have get something to eat, I'm like, this is tiny celebration.
But what about a big celebration, like a big life celebration? Like, oh my gosh, I'm finally cured from all my STIs, like that kind of vibe.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not a big throw myself a party type of person. It's like I feel like the fun of it doesn't outweigh the just general stress of having to throw or plan something. I feel like it would ultimately even out.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, well, what was the point?
Like what about a cash?
You know what I love
gathering with
about
some friends?
Yeah, exactly. Or don't think about the planning part of it. I'm talking about imagine, okay, you know how Navajos have the laughing ceremony, the baby's first laugh. The baby,
Yeah.
When a baby is born, well, you explain it, Bri. You're the
Baby
Navajo
laughs.
one. Do you know?
Whoever, not really. I mean, kind of. It's
Whoever makes the baby
laughs,
laugh
throws a
hosts it.
party,
Yeah.
hosts a
the
party, and the party's like, this baby's on its way.
And I feel like I've seen Korean people have a baby ceremony where they put down a stethoscope and money, like a dollar bill and like a ball of yarn or something, and they put the baby down on the ground, and they see which way the baby, like what thing the baby touches, and that thing is like what they're gonna do, and they, you know, like what their
that's
life path
cute.
is, which I think is so fucking
That's
cute.
cute.
But I'm like,
think that's fair.
I want us to. I know, and it's also like not real, but it's, to me it's cute, and
Right.
it seems like a fun thing to do even as an adult.
I'm upset at that. That makes
You're
me-
upset at
That
it?
makes me
Are you
angry.
Triggered.
Yeah, what would be like a cool, like what would be a rite of passage in your 30s or 40s? Like,
I think it is kind of what we're talking about. It's like you kind
Yeah.
of getting your first nice car. It's me.
Oh my
Oh my
God,
god, yes! Oh my god.
It's
that felt like
me-
a fucking rite of passage.
It sure
that
does,
Felt like,
yes.
oh shit! Like I got to take the plastic shit off the fucking. Like I was like, oh my god, this is mine. I'm taking the plastic stuff off. I'm putting on the new
Wow.
license plate. Like
And it's like
Whoa,
every
yeah.
I've never
time
had
it's
that.
like every time you use one of the features, it's like a little party in a way. It's like, oh, I'm
my
using
God.
the seat warmer this time.
yes,
Party.
yes,
Party
yes.
for me.
That's how I felt
is
when I
party.
bought
Party
my
party for you.
first. Yeah, when I bought my first TV, like I financed a big
Oh my
flat
God.
screen, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is like the first big expenditure that I've made as an adult, and it's a TV, and I feel like a fucking boss, bitch." Now you
think
can get a fucking TV anywhere, but like,
I know, right? But that,
I mean,
that sounds amazing.
Not to bring it back to me, but I
TV.
do think it is. It's all about the tiny wins. It's like if you're just waiting for like a big thing, it's like sometimes that's not sustainable. And it's
True.
like you gotta find pleasure and joy in like the small stuff sometimes.
yeah,
That's a good way to look at it. I don't think that's me naturally. I like a big celebration. I like a big thing. I like a "Pff, we did it" or whatever it ends up being. But
Yeah.
yeah, the planning of it all can be a lot. But I think it would be cool if someone gave me a surprise party for whatever. Hey, you got a new car, surprise party.
That would be cool.
Who doesn't want a surprise party? I mean, come on.
I want a surprise party. Yeah, I
So
want.
bad.
I think the last time I had a surprise party was when I was a teenager, and it was funny because like my girlfriends kept being like, "Where are you? We're at the park," and I was like, "I don't want to go to the park." Like I was totally like, "I don't want to." I don't. And then we got there, and I was like, "Oh, it was a surprise party, and we were so late."
I a little bit think that like the society type of created milestones that, you know, that could be celebrated, those feel like a trap in a way. And it's like we individually need to make the things that we want to celebrate. Like if it's just like because then it just becomes like, okay, I have to be married. I have to get married in order to have a big party. It's like, no,
Right.
you don't. You can do whatever and then have a big party. And so it's like, maybe the thing is we all get 50 starting
Yes.
at age 25, and we get to pick when we want to celebrate one of those 50 big parties. We all get
Okay.
50 big parties starting after age 25. And then,
Okay.
but we
50's
get
a
to
lot.
pick which one.
Oh,
Is
okay.
A lot of parties.
Oh no. I
45.
thought you meant we get 50 parties to throw.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah, it seems like a lot.
Okay,
That's a
so
lot.
25?
Sure.
Yeah,
25.
Yeah.
20.
Okay,
20.
I'll
But I
throw
would
one when I get a turtle, one when
Brian, what? That was so authentic, though. He was like, "When I get a turtle," like
When
there
I
was
get a
no doubt
turtle.
you're getting a fucking turtle and it's going to be a party.
I do have a page open on my phone of adopting a tortoise in Arizona.
Oh, I love that. Wait,
Why in
tortoises live a
Arizona?
long time, though, don't they?
Because they have a surplus there, and they kind of that's kind of their natural homeland, habitat, indigenous. And
Wait, tortoises are
indigenous
indigenous to
turtles?
Arizona?
I believe so.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
And so they
didn't
just
know
want to
that.
keep
I
them
didn't
there.
know that.
The key is you have to keep them there.
Wait,
They're
so do you
looking for
like
homes.
sponsor it and then it just lives there and you can come
Yeah.
visit it?
No,
or
you
do
like
take
Are
it
you
with
moving?
you.
You take
What's
it
happening?
home. You just have.
Oh.
I think I have a second home.
Oh.
Second home, second tortoise.
Because they live a long time, Brian, like 100 years.
I'm same.
You're down for the ride.
We'll see.
I love that you're going to have a tortoise. This is amazing. You should have a big party for your tortoise. You know,
Absolutely.
your coming home.
I agree.
Party for the tortoise. Like welcome home, your forever home tortoise.
I feel like your
Welcome
tortoise
back.
is going to throw you a party when you die and be like, goodbye, goodbye, Brian. I'm outliving you. Because in my mind, tortoises, because they live for a long time, they are like very fucking wise. You know, like the tortoise creature in Neverending Story. You know,
Yes.
that big tortoise that's like 1,000 years old or some shit, and just like comes out of the mud and is like,
I'm familiar.
"Get away from me!"
I just know the dog.
You don't know Neverending Story, Brian?
Wait,
I'm looking it up right now.
Wait, Brian, you really don't know Neverending Story?
I'm sorry.
No.
What?
No, I
never-ending
remember the only thing I remember about
story.
that is my older sister loved the movie. But I feel like anytime I watched it, there would be that scene of him over like a huge waterfall. And it's like scary. And for some reason that scared me so much that I couldn't watch the movie.
I don't think we're
shit.
waterfall.
Neverending Story is the one with the flying dog, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Flappy white
Falcor.
ears.
Yeah.
There's like a
Yeah.
huge waterfall.
I can't recall, but you know
remember
what?
that,
We are
but-
going to have a movie night,
Yeah.
and we are going to watch Neverending Story because it is gay.
You gotta
as
watch it.
Fuck.
Ooh.
It's just very, very cult. Like you should watch
it's
it.
Not It's not outwardly gay, but it's like the lead is a sort of a boy who's really into literature and is trying to escape a broken home, and then also like the lead in the actual Neverending Story is a Native American horseback boy named Atreyu, who is like
Atreyu.
such a fucking babe. When I was a
Whoa,
little
is that
girl,
what
I was
that
like,
band is named
Atreyu,
after?
I'm gonna fucking get down with you, Atreyu.
Hell yeah.
That's exactly why the band is named that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That is so funny, Brian, that you did not know that. Sorry, but I get it. Like maybe I'm a little older than you, so maybe it just wasn't.
It was
Yeah.
something. Does he get bullied in the movie?
Yes.
The kid in like his
Yes.
actual life. I think
Yes,
that
he
part
does.
also scared me a little bit.
Bastion. Yeah, it is. It is a scary
Not to
movie.
bring
for
it back
kids.
to bullying.
I know, right? It's the bullying special.
Maybe that's why if I actually was able to watch the movie, I would have been in more fights.
Well,
Should we-
yeah,
what happened?
Should we should we get to our advice? Our call?
Yes, we should get to our advice, but I do want to just add that Bastion, the kid, he does fight back with his mind.
Oh yeah, Bastion.
Let's listen to our caller.
I'm excited to listen to the caller.
Hi, Jana and Brian. Love the show. Need some relationship advice. Not for me. I'm happily married, coming up on 1 year in just a couple of days. Maybe. It's one of my best friends who gave a beautiful reading at my wedding a year ago. He's been with his girlfriend for 6 years, I think. And there's never been much warmth or love between them, honestly. And, sometimes I think, well, maybe that's just, they're not very affectionate in public, but they don't like each other. I'm just going to say it. They really don't fucking like each other. When things are good, he just says, we're getting along. And I'm like, don't you want more than just to get along with your partner? And I think, look, they're both kind of basic and, in a lot of ways. And I kind of feel like they're both just like, that's just life, you hate your partner and you complain about it to your friends. And it makes me so sad because I'm like, you both deserve to be happy and you're just staying in this shitty fucking, they just hate each other. And I'm going to see him next weekend and I want to try and get him to break up with her because the relationship sucks and they're never going to be fucking happy. And I don't know what to do about it. Anyway, love the show. Keep it up. Love you guys. Bye.
Wow, I love that voice. He's kind of like an 80s character, like from an
Yeah.
80s movie.
Oh, that's
A lot of personality in that voice.
Yeah, I almost am like, is he gay? And is his friend gay? And should
and
they
he's
be
gay
together?
for him?
Ooh, okay.
That's
Trying
kind of
to
the
stir
fanfic
the
I
fucking
want.
pot, even though
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on with everybody. You just want to have this gay little
His
thing
friend-
happen.
His friend is in a lavender relationship.
Okay.
And he wants out.
Well, lavender relationships sound actually pretty fun. They don't sound like
Yeah.
you would hate each other. So these might just be straight people.
Fuck.
Yeah,
These
I
might
agree
be
with Jackie 100%. Like,
heteros.
it's more likely that they're hetero haters and not in a
Yeah.
lavender fun thing.
No, lavender.
I mean,
sounds
that's
like
like
the least exciting.
crazy to be in a relationship that you're not having fun in.
There's a lot of people.
Insane. That's like
that are
kind of
like
the only
that.
reason, in
That's
my
the vibe.
opinion.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for any reason to end a relationship.
Word to
And
that.
that's just me.
Word
I love the
that.
silence on that.
Word to that. What do you do if a friend? Okay, we got to think about our times that
He wants to break him up this weekend. Here's
Yeah.
what I say. I say you maybe hop on Craigslist, you put an ad out, you're like, hey, I need you to be available at this bar. I'm going to bring a friend. I want you to throw yourself at him. But don't go crazy. And
At him?
At him.
Oh,
No, at his friend.
you find somebody that you
To
hire on
replace.
Craigslist to flirt with your friend.
To flirt with your friend, you take some pics, you send it to his girlfriend. You're like,
wow.
hey, your man isn't faithful. And
Wow.
then
Wow.
hopefully she takes the bait. She breaks up. He's sad. He's like, why did you do that? And you're like, do what? And then he's like, send pics to my girlfriend. And then you're like, oh, because she wasn't good for you.
Wow. Mastermind, Brian. Okay.
Truly, you are really stirring the pot. But you know what? I'm not mad about this idea. In fact, I almost think you pay the girl that you hired on Craigslist to take the pictures and send them to the girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Then
one.
you are not involved at
You're
all.
out of the equation. No middleman.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
That-
hiring a
that would work.
hitman, but like a relationship hitman.
For
Yeah.
sure. Then, yeah. Yeah.
Also, no shade, Bri. You are just so addicted to Craigslist. Are we still using Craigslist these days?
I know.
What's
Who
going
uses
on?
Craigslist
I
when
love
there's
it.
Facebook
It's my
Marketplace?
homepage.
Craigslist.org?
You lie. Wait, Craigslist is your when you open up your browser. That's what
Craigslist
you land
Palm
on.
Springs is what it happens when I open my browser.
What? That's hilarious.
That is the most
Brian.
basic thing about you, I think.
That's so funny. Well, I'm not convinced that this relationship they don't like each other because he just says they hate each other. They don't even respond to each other. But I wish he would have given us an example of do they yell at each other? Are they fighting? He just said that they're kind of lackluster and don't show affection.
Well,
I don't
here's
know.
my thing about that is
Yeah.
I had I've had a thing with certain friends where I got into this habit of bitching about whatever relationship with my friends, and
Yeah.
it's this and basically it turns these friends into all they hear about is the bitchy part of my relationship, and they're never
Yeah.
hearing about the good things and the fun things. And so
Yeah.
then these friends start to be like, your
Yeah.
boyfriend or whatever, your partner is a piece of shit, and
Yeah.
this hasn't happened with my current boyfriend because I know better now. But this is sort of good advice for people who are in relationships that may or may not be going well. Don't be out in these streets going to the same person over and over again or the same four people and be complaining about your relationship all the time. You
Yeah.
are turning, people against your partnership. If you are trying, here's my advice is tell instead of bitching about your relationship to your friends, talk to your partner about it.
Yeah.
And then the result of that conversation is what you tell your friends. Oh my God, we had this very interesting conversation, or we had this fight and here's how the argument went and we both participated in it. That's the tea right there.
I like
that's
that.
juicy shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. No,
but
it's
if you
true.
keep bad mouthing your relationship to people, they're going to start to see like, this sounds like shitty for you. But he could be
Yeah.
having a great fucking time in his relationship. His friend just doesn't know because he never hears about it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wait, did he say his friend actively says that he hates being with his girlfriend?
I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear
I
that
thought he
either.
said that. Oh, maybe I misheard
I thought he
that.
said they hate each other, but like he wasn't saying my friend is telling me
Right.
he hates her. He was just like they're cold, they're distant, they don't have a lot of affection.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like he's. I
Wonder
wish
if
I
he
had
doesn't
like
like
a
her.
concrete example
Wonder if our
about
caller
like,
doesn't
well,
like
how
her.
is this bad? Because maybe that's
Yeah.
maybe that's the kind of relationship they want. You know, there's
It's
some people
true.
who are not touchy feely. I feel like I hate to say this, but there are married people who are like, yep, happily married, and then now they know relationships. Like now they're the relationship fucking whisperer. And so I feel like there's a little bit of judginess where he's like, I'm happily married.
Right.
And here's my
Ooh.
friend, and him and his girl aren't even affectionate. What's the fucking point? And it's like, but is he that kind of person that wants to be affectionate? I don't know. My whole thing is I
Straight
feel like
up.
people get a little self-righteous when they've been in a relationship for a while, especially if it's marriage, because it's like, oh, I made an adult commitment.
Sort
you
of
know,
like you
and-
need to listen to Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror.
Exactly, maybe. But I do think it is lovely that he's like, they both deserve better. Like that right there tells me maybe he senses that they're just going through the motions and they should just end it. You know, but that's
But
also
is
his
he the
friend's
arbiter
call.
of who deserves what?
No.
And yeah, like I think that's ultimately at the end of the day, like we cannot demand anything of our friends and their relationships. You got to just let people fucking do their thing.
You gotta let them do their own thing.
Ugh,
you can't live
it's hard to watch
anybody
sometimes.
else's life but your own.
Like
Oh,
the
Brian.
fact that like Carrie ended up with Big, and that's how how the first series of Sex and the City ended. Was like
Yeah.
when Carrie ended up with Big, everyone hated that, and we
I
were
know,
able
the
to
entire
kill him
world
off
was
and
like-
redo it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so frustrating. But I've had girlfriends like that. I've had people who I love dearly end up in awful relationships, and I would be there to listen, and I'd be there to be like, "Hey, are you sure this is what you want?" Okay,
It is one of
I'll
those things-
support you, you know. And then it ends up blowing up, thank God. But I'm not gonna be the person who breaks them up, you know.
What about
I've
when you were in
never-
your relationship, Jackie? Like, did people say, "Hey, warning," like red flags?
like towards like, well, there were so some of my friends didn't tell me, and I wish they would have. One of my girlfriends was like, "Oh, I'm so glad it ended because every time he would be around you, you wouldn't act like yourself." And I was like, "Why didn't you tell me that?" And she was like, "You wudn't have responded well."
No,
to it.
I-
She's not wrong.
I agree
She's
with
not
your
wrong.
friend. I fully
She's not
agree.
wrong.
Anytime I've ever
100%.
kind of like had felt a way about a friend's significant other, and I've said or done something about it, whether it was big or small, it has never worked
No.
out well for me because
Nope.
You're the messenger.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah, it's not your
one wants
job.
them.
your friend was right, Jackie, to not say anything. It's not my
Yeah.
job. But I'm also like, well, I don't want to see you then. I can't be
Yes.
around you.
100%. And you can make that
bye for
decision for
now.
yourself. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So in the end, like after we broke up, several people came up to me and were like, "Yeah, you know, I could see that your lives were very different. It seemed like it was really a lot of work to make things make sense." Because I had to like move to another country. I got like new citizenship. You know what I mean? Like I changed a lot.
Can you say what
To
country?
be. Oh yeah. I was living in England for a while, but I got
would-
Italian citizenship.
You have Italian citizenship.
I have Italian citizenship through my mom's side.
Whoa, mamma
But
mia.
Mamma mia, spicy meatball. I shouldn't do that. I can do that because I'm Italian. No, I'm
You
kidding.
actually can. Wait, you're straight up Italian.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
That's so
No.
hot.
I'm a mom's side. I'm a quarter Italian. I'm a quarter Italian. No, I'm kidding. I'm a quarter Italian. My family's from like northern Tuscany, from Lucca, and my great grandparents like lived in North Beach here in San Francisco. And then they moved to Oakland. And so like my family's been in the East Bay for 5 generations now. But I knew that the way to get to England would be, because I knew I wanted my Italian citizenship, but I sped up the process because I was in a relationship with him. And I couldn't get like, they didn't do J1 treaty shit. I explored that to see if there was something that they could do with that. And I realized, I was like, oh, the only way that I can live and work in London at the time anyway, pre-Brexit days, y'all, was through the European Union, through the Italian citizenship. So I just like, I spent like a year getting all of that paperwork together so that I could get Italian citizenship, and that's when I moved to England once I got my Italian passport. So that's how I was able to do it.
When your friends were like, when you're around him, you just like don't act like yourself. You were like trying to like talking in a British accent. You're just like,
no, I wasn't pulling a Madonna. I wasn't like, no,
or you were like talking,
Nazi.
you were speaking Italian. You were like,
yeah, I was like,
ladies, do you want biscotti?
and you're like, yeah, I'm not myself because he thinks I'm someone else.
No, you know what it was?
Italian Brit.
No, he fully knew that I was an American. That was kind of like the lure, because I hate to say it, but I got a chance to live out there because I was living and working out there at a point. British women can be, well, English women was my experience. I was mostly around a lot of English women, are just a little bit more reserved, a little bit more cold. And like American women are much more animated and like, hey guys, let's go out and have a good time, you know? So I think that's kind of the allure for like a British guy to like fall in love with an American woman, is like this idea that like, oh, they're always game for a laugh. You know what I mean? Like it's literally that character. It's literally that character from fucking Love Actually, Colin Frizzle, who like goes to America and is like, oh, I just want like a hot American girl who like listens to country music and like drinks a Budweiser, you know, like it seems, this novelty to it.
I want that, but for Irish.
Oh,
I'm like, I need to go to Ireland.
Ireland's amazing.
I need to find somebody named Rory.
Yes.
And I need to like, become deeply embedded in Irish.
In the Irish culture. Get adopted
community.
into the Irish tribe.
Yeah. They would love to have me. I would crush out there. In theory, I know how to herd sheep. Like,
oh my God, you're right.
They would love me, and I would love them back.
God.
Sponsor me, Ireland.
Shout out Ireland.
Oh
let's get Brian some Ireland dick and ship him off to.
You never hear from me.
That is so funny. That's amazing. You're like, we get, sheep herding. It's like a thing in both your cultures.
There's
so
something
like,
that's like in my gut is like, it's Ireland it's calling me.
Oh yeah. No, Ireland's great. I loved visiting. It was awesome. And it's funny too, because they also hate the English. So it was like a vibe.
Dublin.
Because they've been colonized too. So they're very like, I feel like the Irish people tend to be significantly more revolutionary than anyone else in the sort of old OG whites kind of crowd, you know?
My
Irish
comedy
and
album
natives.
is called Dublin Calling. And it's me smashing a stool.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so stupid. Do you guys want to hear a dumb street joke?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you Irish? Because my penis is Dublin.
Ooh. I like it.
That is so stupid. My sister would tell me that, so I had to share it. But I like Brian's like,
I think that's
It took me a second.
Yeah, you need to put that in your pocket and sort of try it out on a real
Put that in your
Irish
pocket.
man.
Are you Irish? Because my penis is Dublin.
Was that Jamaican? Was that Jamaican? Brian, what was that?
That was my self tape for Dairy Girls. I was trying to. I auditioned to be one of the girls.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
You guys. The way that I forgot to tell this story, the way that Brian Bahe was on set for this pilot in Portland,
Yes.
he had just discovered Cartman, that he could do a Cartman voice. This is literally like 20 years in, like, he suddenly was just walking around set going, respect my authority.
Respect
Oh my God.
authority.
Oh my God, Brian. Oh yeah.
It's
Why
one-
were you doing that?
It's one of those things where it's like, because you're like in this hotel room, you're like alone in this hotel room for like 2 weeks basically. And one night I was just like, respect my authority. And I was like, respect my authority.
Hey.
Mom.
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm losing it. I feel like I'm losing it a little bit. I lost it.
You are.
I've lost it a little bit. But in Portland, I was
Yeah.
on my A game.
Yeah, but you should
No, that is
just
so
watch
funny.
some of the show. Just to
Right.
actually learn it, you know?
That is so funny. I was wondering where that came from. I was like, why do people keep making Cartman references on set? I missed it. All
Okay.
Brian, all you.
It's
You guys, it was so fun working with you on set. That was fucking amazing, by the way.
That was so fun.
Just a blast.
We have to get
Just,
this show.
just a fucking treat. We do. God damn it. Yeah.
Jackie, is there anything that you, before we leave, because we are coming up on time, is there anything?
wow.
I know, it goes so fast. What would you like to plug? Any upcoming shows, any appearances that you want to
Oh my
shout
God.
out?
You know what? Yeah. Oh my God. This is so funny. I don't have a ton right now because I've been putting everything on hold for the show.
That's good.
So I'm
That's
like,
good.
no, it's I have a show tomorrow, but obviously this is not going to air. And then I have a show next week that's not going to air. So, wait, what am I doing? Oh, my comedy anniversary. Oh, my comedy anniversary just came up. That's what I can say.
Oh,
June.
Yeah. Oh my
11th?
God. 14 years, guys.
What
That's
day?
fucking insane. It's June 6th was my official comedy anniversary of
6/6?
going up to my first. Yeah, exactly. My first ever open mic. I don't have anything to plug, Jana. Is that awkward?
That's a big
I'm
deal.
so
No.
sorry.
no.
I've
It happens
just-
to me
yeah.
literally every week.
Okay, cool. You know what it is? It's because I had Good Medicine scheduled for July 26th, and then I had to cancel it because of everything happening. And then we have another show possibly coming up for Good Medicine, but everything depends on what we find out. So
Yeah.
Totally.
everything. I feel like I'm in an airplane right now, and I'm just fucking circling.
Same.
Like I can't commit to anything. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
it makes me sad, but you can always hit me up on Instagram, Jackie Comedy. I post everything there. And that's JACKIE. And I would love to have you guys follow me. Give me a follow.
Give her a follow.
And you'll hear more about what's happening via my Instagram because that's where I post fucking everything, every show, every happening. It's always on the story. So, but this has been amazing, guys. And
So fun.
I'm kind of your boss, but I'm like a cool boss. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Like, I'm-
100%. To be fair, all of our bosses on this show are cool.
we're all pretty fucking cool, to be honest. Kind of.
Brian, do you have anything that you want to plug? Do you have any shows coming up?
Honestly, no. I'm
Okay.
kind of like riding this wave,
Yeah.
Just out here, man.
You're on the plane too. I have one
We're
thing I
all on
want to
the plane.
plug. We're on the fucking plane. The one thing I want to plug is the LA Indian Flea Market that is going to be happening on Sunday, July 6th at the Chapter House. I want everybody to come out. Brian and I are going to be hosting a show. Jackie, you want to come do a show in LA? You want to come down to LA for 4th of July weekend? Are you busy? Because I want a good ass
I would love
lineup.
to come.
that
Let
day.
me. Let me double check. I might have something happening on the 4th. What day is your show?
Sunday.
The 6th. Oh, okay. Fuck yeah. I think I
Sunday
can
fun
do that.
day.
Sunday fun day. There's going to be great stuff to buy. The vibes are going to be high. There'll be a DJ there, food,
Oh my
a couple
God,
food trucks. It's going to be flea market vibes, but also comedy.
Native Go
at
Go
night.
Boys.
Ooh, Native
I
Go-Go
would-
Boys for
actually,
real?
that would be so fucking fun. Do we have any of those?
That would be,
If
I
so,
would like that.
please let us
Craigslist.
know. All right. Craigslist, yes. That's where they would be.
Sponsored by
I would
Craigslist.
love, actually, I would love
Sage-based
to be,
wisdom, sponsored
I would
by
love to
Craigslist.
assemble, I would love to assemble 5 native go-go boys, but I do choreo, I direct their choreo, you know?
Okay.
Wow.
Where are they
But
performing?
it's an homage to our history.
Okay.
Wait, so like I'm all like, is it
history.
creation stories? And then it's like yeah. Our history.
Hi. That is all the time we have today. We hope our wisdom has made your life better, but we will not be issuing refunds if it didn't.
If you or anyone you know is seeking advice or wants to chat, please contact us at the contact information that is listed in the show notes.
Good job, Bri. He's improvising. I can tell. He's not reading. He's not reading the script. As always, we'd love for you to rate and review us on iTunes and subscribe to our YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Jackie, for being here. Toksha.
Agone.